There we go. Now, sounds like we might be working a little bit better now. Um, we'll see if I can get some folks here to tell me if the some folks are telling me my mic was a little off. See if it's working better. See if we can get it figured out. Sorry guys, my chair forever hits when I try to scoot in. Of course. All right, guys. Let's see if we can get this party started. See if I'm sounding right. Just need one person to tell me if my microphone's clear. Tommy Ford, is my microphone clear here? Can you hear me clearly? Sir. If you could comment and let me know you hear me clearly. Thank you. Good job. All right. Let's get it started. The title's not what I wanted it to be. Let's compare professional wrestling to the promo realm. Shall we? This is going to be fun. Okay, guys. So I've watched a couple of events in the last week or so, 2 weeks or so. WWE, AEW. Let me be honest. WWE, go back to the drawing board. It's absolutely fucking ridiculously horrible. The matches that are being booked are, I don't know, they're lackluster. They're just not something that makes you go, oh yeah, this is what I want to watch. You're bringing past people back that are supposedly legends, i.e., Charlotte Flair. Fucking horrible. That girl needs to eat a chicken sandwich or something because she looks anorexic as fuck. And she needs to call 911 because somebody stole her ass. Uh, you know, yes, there is a link. Oh, God. Sorry. My bad. I usually share the link in the locker room. It's on me. It's on me. Uh, Let me go ahead and. I should be a little more prepared, but it was acting funny this morning. I don't know why. Or that one. Let's go to the. Oops, okay, so link is in the chat, folks. Let's go. There we go. I know he was waiting here. All right, guys. Now back to business. Microphone's clear. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's talk. And the reason I come here today is because I watched a lot of wrestling. If you guys did not watch the AEW pay per view, you are crazy. That was one of the best written events that I saw in a long time. The matches were clean. They were believable. The wins and losses were believable. WWE has gotten to the point where I go, Triple H, you give me the sick chills because your stuff is not clear and concise. It's not good. It just, I'm sorry, you go watch SmackDown. It's like watching, a Gypsy King or an AEP promo. You got to learn to stay awake, because you watch WWE's product now, it puts you to sleep. But what I'm comparing today is how the promo realm is almost getting to be identical to the wrestling world. And what I mean by that is, okay, so we go to WWE and they got a lot of part-time guys and people that they bring in, movie stars, etc. What's going on, Jacob? What's going on, Alex? Glad you guys could join me. You bring in, the Bad Bunnies and the people like that, okay? The Logan Pauls. Can't stand that fucking kid. Wish he would fucking break his legs. Uh, but you bring in guys like that, okay? Or i.e. Roman Reigns, who works once every 6 months. Good for him. Glad he's got that kind of job. Um, so now we go to the promo realm, okay? And people try to do the same thing. They try to bring back these legends or the underdog story. That is my favorite thing that they like to do. Okay, listen, Cody Rhodes did this story. We all know the story. He started, back in the AEWs and built that company, but left because he needed to complete his story of the WWE. We get that, okay? He won the world title. All right, good for him. He did something his dad couldn't do in WWE. I'm proud of that. That was a cool story. It's over, okay? But listen, let's go to the promo realm. Not every fucking underdog is going to live their story, okay? So if I book an AEP versus a Brett Jacobs or an Aladonis or even a gunslinger, Jesus Christ, you're not going to win, bud. Those people are going to demolish you because your product sucks. It's not good. Now, whether or not owners are telling you, man, you're so good, I'm glad you're here, they're fucking lying to you. Just like they do in the, say, WWE, AEW, wrestlers look like shit, but because they have a big name, they keep putting them over, okay? I watched WWE last night with my son, and Chad Gable got dropped on his fucking head. And I mean, that's a big head. But he got dropped on his fucking head by Penta. You bluntly saw it. Now, Penta, great wrestler. Love the guy. But evidently, holding two guys to tombstone him at the same time is not a great move because you fucked up Chad Gable, which nobody cares. He's just, midget Kurt Angle. Let's be honest, that's the story they're rewriting, okay? And then you go to the Seth Rollins' new group of guys. Oh, wait a minute, I saw that already. It's called the fucking Bloodline. Same fucking thing, but for a year, Seth Rollins is like, if Roman's the man, he's going to ruin it. He's going to do what he's always done, but now he's doing the same thing, so it's the same story, just different people. Welcome to the promo realm. Okay? So there's a group of guys in another group claiming to be a great faction. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, you guys are the Timo wish list version of the HHE because there isn't a better fucking stable in the promo realm today. I'll say this. We are the Horsemen from the 80s in current product and promo. You're not going to touch what we do. Okay? I've got some of the, excuse the pun, some of the heaviest hitters that you've ever had in the promo realm. Brett fucking Jacobs, multiple-time world champion, and probably one of the most hated, if not the most hated man in the game. Because when he walks in a group, it's not like, oh yeah, it's Brett Jacobs. They're like, fuck, it's that asshole. Truth. But you know why? His character is believable. The product is believable. And then you got Aladonis. Double A. I call him one of the realest heels in the game. Okay? Here's the reason why I call him that. He can walk into a group chat and in under 30 seconds piss off the owner and everybody in the group chat. If that ain't a real heel, you can kiss my ass. Okay? And then you look at, these guys and what we do in promo. Now you watch WWE's product. You guys ever see Brett Jacobs standing outside and just cutting a hard-hitting promo? Yeah, I have. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Now WWE's just having them stand backstage and cut hard-hitting promos. Congratulations, assholes. You are learning what a promo is. You know how I know what a promo is? I've won 28 world fucking titles doing it. And these guys that I talk about, the Malices, the Big Sweets, the Gunslingers, the Double A's, the Brett Jacobs, the Rising Suns. I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't know what promo is, you better watch those guys because they're some of the greatest fucking talents in the business. That's why when we go places, people don't like us. They don't want us there. It's not because, oh my God, these guys don't deserve to be here. They don't like us there because once the championships are won by us, it's usually pretty hard to take off of us. One of the funniest quotes I ever heard was done by Dale Litton. He plays Captain Law. So I was going for the VOH King of Promos, and he bluntly looked at the owner and said, you can't let old school be the champion because once he wins it, nobody's going to beat him, so nobody's going to go after the KOP. I just thought that was funny that that statement was made. But yet a lot of people will talk shit. They'll say, well, the Rising Sun's only so good because he's in PPF. He's won titles all over the promo realm. BTB, Combat Universal, here in the PPF. And I didn't have to help him do none of that. He did it on his own. Same way with all the guys that I'm talking about. The HHE has broadened across the whole promo realm and beaten everyone. At least the ones that got the balls to step up. I mean, we're not, we don't have A-list in every group that run off as soon as the challenge gets hot. but that's what it is. You know what I mean? They know that it's time to bow to the kings. And what I mean by that is when we walk into a group, we walk in there for one reason only. We want to dominate. Okay. Same with professional wrestling. You now have Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and uh, I hate Bronson Reed. Just so you guys know, I think that guy's got a face, and his nose is made for a pig's face. So he needs to take that thing off, give it back to the pig. I don't like the guy. I think he's a horrible talent. I think he's overrated. He's a short, fat shit that all he can do is jump off the top rope and wave his arms like this. And it's supposed to be a tsunami. No, sorry, guy's not good. Um, I just don't like him. Seth Rollins, I love his stuff. I think Seth Rollins is an innovator, but the story don't make sense. See what I'm saying? He is now the Roman Reigns, and now we go back to promo realm where people walk in and we're the heels, and they go, "Oh yeah," and they try to be a heel. Two heels don't work, you stupid shits. It don't work. And to walk in and claim that you're going to take said title off of somebody because you're going to save a group. Yeah, okay. The only thing you're saving is you, because the real reason you're there is for one of these said championship belts that need to be on your shoulder because that's the only reason you promo. I've got guys in here right now that have been promoting for years, 8 fucking years, and they didn't care if they had a title. They just wanted to make sure people knew that we were the fucking best in the business. And that to me is more respectful than any championship than I've ever won. When I walk into a promo fed, I look at the ownership, and here's the reason why I look at the ownership because I want to make sure it's believable. It's actually competitive. Okay, I don't walk into storyline feds because guess what? In storyline feds, it's almost like these people that want participation trophies. Oh, my kid played all year long. He needs to get a trophy. Well, let's talk about your kid who struck out 72 times and couldn't hit a baseball. Somebody tossed it up in the air and had him swing at it himself. He couldn't run the bases because he never knew how to tie his own shoes. But don't worry, we'll get him a fucking trophy because we're proud of him for waking up this morning. Fuck out my face. It's just not. It's just not happening with me. And I don't think promo groups should do it either. I'm sorry. You can be dedicated all you want, but you don't deserve a title around your waist or on your shoulders because you go, "Hi, I'm Bob." You need to have something that's believable and winnable and competitive. But if you don't have that, you need to walk away. You need to start over again. Recreate yourself. And check this out. I'll tell you how good some promo artists are. When I met Double A Aladamas, who was driving and listening to us currently, so thanks for joining me today, Double A, one of my favorite people in the promo room. He came in wearing a mask. And I am so glad he took that mask off and became who he is today. Because this cat changed it all up, gave a different dynamic. He's got a heelish persona that just glows, man. When you watch him and you watch his product, my judges, they can't wait to see a Double A promo. They love how he has changed. Even if it's just a slight bit, it's enough for them to go, holy shit, he changed it up. If you guys didn't see the promo he did against, I think it was The Purge, that, my God, he purged it. That, loved the story. I loved the scenario. I loved how he was wearing the mask and it was a security camera. If you guys want to learn how to fucking promo, please tune in. I can give you Promo 101 in a heartbeat, give you a list of names that are some of the greatest in the business. Brett Jacobs, one of the only guys I know who's ever stood in front of a fucking castle. A whole fucking ass castle, motherfuckers. While some of you need a green screen to get yourself over. Get out of here with the green screen shit. I wipe my ass with green screen. They are lackadaisical, they are boring, and they do not fucking get over. Now, for the owners that it does, it's because that owner is boring. Sorry, don't like it. Inbox is always open. Ask anybody. I've got plenty of emails and chats crying that I picked on somebody. Sorry, coffee is good this morning. Very good this morning. But now we compare that to the wrestling world again. Okay, so I see Lyra Valkyrie, whatever, however you say her name. Little girl is cute. She has no talent. I'm sorry. I watch her wrestle. She makes mistakes. She stumbles. She flips around. And she does some cool stuff here and there, but it's not really great stuff. But what does WWE do? She's a new shiny toy, straight up for the NXT. Let's put a belt on her. Boom! Give her the women's intercontinental title. And what is she doing with it? Nothing. There's nothing. Like, she cut a promo last night against Becky Lynch, which Becky Lynch, I don't know what's going on with her, but she definitely was drinking or something last night because that was a horrible promo by her. But they put a belt on Lyra just so Becky could come back from having a baby and all this stuff to beat her and take it. And okay. So now Becky, who's been a part-timer, gets a title. I don't understand it. Yeah, and Chelsea Green, I'm going to talk about her here in a second. But Lyra Valkyrie, horrible. Now you're going to put her against Becky Lynch, who, when I watched her match last month at Backlash, that was the shits. The drizzling shits down the leg into the sock. It was horrible, okay? Like, I digress. Then we go to Chelsea Green, who is one of the greatest women talents they have right now. What do they do with her? They let her get beat by Vega, who is 2'4", 40 pounds, and shouldn't even be out of her crib yet, walking by herself. The girl's horrible. She wants to be Rey Mysterio so bad, she does his whole moveset. And guess what? It's horrible. Triple H better wake up because he's going to lose a lot of fan base. Because I went and watched AEW 5 hours. I didn't move from my chair for 5 fucking hours. Great writing, great matches, great stuff. Kenny Omega delivered in the Anarchy matchup. Like, this cat was doing shit. It was crazy. I watched Swerve Strickland take a staple to his tongue. Oh, the stapler wasn't loaded. At the end of the night, when he stuck his tongue out, the staple was still there. Uh-oh. You want to take your statement back? That's right. AEW delivered a great product. And probably the greatest women's wrestler currently right now, whether anybody likes it or not, is Toni Storm. Now, let's go to the promo realm. Women's promos has been sidelined. And I'm using your word, Tom, because it's a great word to describe what's happened to the women's division. Because so many women have come and gone, and they've stayed gone once they left. It wasn't for them. The women had to start facing men. All right. Now, here's the problem. Take it for what you want, grain of salt, whatever. There's some women out there that can compete with the men. And then there's some that shouldn't be. If you get offended easily, these guys don't play nice. It's their job to be heels and be mean. But if you don't understand that, you come into this group or any group and you're like, well, they're treating me like a piece of shit and I'm a woman. Man, it's a dog-eat-dog world in the promo realm, okay? So you've got women like, let's say Mama Purge, who has faced a lot of guys, okay? So we got to give her credit for that. She's not, she's not backing down from the guys. But then I see a lot of girls out there in different groups that really need to be told they need to work on their product. I watched this one girl. I can't remember her. Let me see if I can remember her name. Oh yeah, I do remember her name because it's Sergeant Chaos. She took the Chaos part. The girl's product was pretty bad. It was all over the place. She did not control her promo. She did not deliver a believable promo that was going to sell as a winner. Okay. But yet you have an owner that will clap for it and tell her she's doing a great job instead of being real with her and saying, hey, you need to do something better. One thing, I got a bunch of people in here commenting right now. Every one of these motherfucking guys and girls that are here will tell you. If you hit me up and go say, hey, Chris, will you watch this promo for me and give me your feedback? You better be ready, because if it's not good, I'm going to give you true feedback. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. And the reason I'm not going to lie to you is because I don't want you to put that product out there because I know you can do better. So, when we talk promos, this is a fun game, but it's slowly dying off because people are sucking the fun out of it because Brett Jacobs, we'll use him as an example. He's one of my best friends in this business. 8 years we traveled up and down the promo road together. So I opened a group. We'll call it, I don't know, Buttheads of Promos, BOP. Jacob, come over and promo for me. All right, man, I'm coming. And because he's my best friend, I go, you're going to be my first world champ. Yeah, we're going to make it happen. Yeah. It's not the fact that he is that fucking good to believe he could be the champion, but because I'm his buddy and I'm his pal, I'm going to put him over. That's what's happening in the promo realm now. That's what's taking the fun out of it. And then, so when somebody like me goes and wins the KOP, all the talk happens. And please feel free to address me when I say this. All the talk happens. Oh, well, you're not going to beat Old School because, you know, they really like him. They're going to keep the belt on him. No, bitch. It's because I'm good. Yes, you do, Alex. Yes, you do. And the judges love giving feedback on it. But they say, oh, you're not going to beat Old School because the owners really like him. They want him there because he draws people in. He brings people in. It's because of good people. Let's be honest. Let's compare Riggs promo versus Old School's promo. Okay? Get ready for this. Get ready for this. Oh, we're getting ready to talk about protected. And I want these motherfuckers to message me. I do. So Riggs cuts a promo. First of all, he throws me in a trunk with the assist of Malice, who we did not see in the promo. First mistake. If you're going to say somebody helped you, have somebody dress up like them. Have somebody look like them. Have somebody help you throw me in the trunk. That's your first point loss. That the creativity, hey, you tried to create, but the story didn't meet the creativity. And then you proceeded to supposedly burn the HHE flag, which looked nothing like our moniker. And your wordplay was monotone. I mean, there are three keys right there that just don't get it over. Me, I start out standing in front of a destroyed, rotted rig and compared you to it the whole time. And then when I got done doing that, I went into a shoot promo because, of course, it was no holds barred and hit you with every fact that everybody in the promo realm had seen. So let's be honest. Was it a victory? You damn right it was. Was I protected? You fucking wrong. I wasn't. And nobody at PPF is protected. You're welcome to come try. You will get your fucking feelings hurt because I'm sorry to tell you, people on certain levels in certain groups, which I call bingo hall groups, listen, because you stress so much over views and how many members you have, that's why your product don't get over. I.e., let's go to the wrestling comparison. So everybody's like, oh, WWE is the greatest of all time. Look what it's done. It's at WrestleMania 42. That don't mean all 42 WrestleManias were good. Okay? They had trouble selling tickets. They had trouble selling tickets in New Orleans. So TKO said, you guys are moving that event back to Vegas where we can get our UFC crowd invested to buy some of those tickets. Oops, did I say that? Sorry, Trips. Leaked it out there. But it's true. Whereas same thing with promo groups, okay? Promo groups, just because you have 500 members, get ready for the secret, guys. I'm going to whisper it. Okay, here we go. You can buy viewers. Shh. You can buy likes. Shh. You can actually buy members. Shh. Damn, did I just leak all that? Biggest secret is when somebody comes out and goes, hey, thanks, guys. I'm at 70,000 viewers. No, motherfucker, you just spent $20 and bought 65,000 of them. Bingo. Oh, shit, hold on. The masses agree, they cheer, and then you do these reels and you say, oh, well, the only reason that you get views on your stuff is because I share it. I don't think so. I don't need your help, never needed your help. Coffee Old School is not here for the views and the likes. I'm here to express the truth. You know, you know, yeah, BTB was developmental. Actually, it was. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed my time in BTB. I learned a lot there. I learned a lot from Jose Bizzaldi. I learned a lot from some of the promo artists that I worked with in the Money Mafia. But here's the biggest secret, folks. I'm closer with a lot of the guys that weren't in the Money Mafia than I am with the guys that were in the Money Mafia. Me and Brett Jacobs were on different sides of the spectrum, okay? And we're thicker than thieves, tighter than brothers, you know what I mean? But guess what? If Jacob doesn't cut a winning promo, he doesn't win in PPF because I don't control the judging. You know, it's that's the secrets here, guys. So if you want to write storyline fed, write storyline fed. Be honest. There's people that love that shit. There's people that go, man, I go to storyline fed because it's an easier effort. I don't have to worry about stress, wins or losses. You know, I know where my character's going. I know what they're going to do with me. You know what I mean? But in competitive promo, okay, you walk through the door knowing you may lose, but you could also win. If you do a product that's believable, good, and championship-esque, you could even be a champion. So, WWE has to move their event because they can't sell tickets. PPF has never had to worry about views or likes. Everybody shows up. That's all that matters. All my promo artists show up. We have a 100% show up rate. 4 years solid. 4 years solid. Untouchable, unheard of, and very true. Okay? We've never had anybody cry, bitch, or whine about a result. Because, you know what? They know that these people are believable in their wins and losses. Okay? And here's the biggest. Ready, guys? This one may hurt some feelings. Light a cigarette. We don't give a fuck if you like us. Uh-oh. I don't want a circle jerk of motherfuckers going, that guy's great. I like him. I don't need your approval. This group was not made for your approval. This group was made for enjoyment. And for the most part, you look at all my guys commenting, they're having fun. They're enjoying the product. You know, we enjoy the locker room where we all have conversations nightly. Last night, me and Big Sweet ended the conversation together, just bullshitting for a while. And that's camaraderie, that's brotherhood, that's family. These other groups don't have that. I'm sorry to tell you, they don't. And here's the reason why. Because people throw around words like protected. Protected. Fuck out my face with protected. My dumb dog just fell out. That's an idiot. But protected is a word that disgusts me, makes me sick, makes me want to puke. Because I can tell you right now, I put any of my guys against anybody on this planet, and they would beat them. You know, I've beaten guys who claim to be 700-time world champions or whatever. I've beaten them. You know, I've beaten guys that claim to be the greatest of all time. I've beaten those guys. And here's the funniest part. When those guys, the supposed greats, get beat, they leave. They're out of here. They're gone. You know what I mean? They go home. They pack their, you know, little bag of crying shells and put them in the bag, and they go home. And they're mad because, well, I should have been a champion forever. Not exactly, man. Not exactly, because I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen some promo artists that I don't know how they ever were champions. I don't know how they ever won titles. But the owners seem to think that, hey, it's a good idea. I don't. I will not put a championship on somebody who has not earned it. Because my judges don't see them as a winner. I'm not going to force the issue and put the title on them anyway. Oh, that one, that's a real stinker, ain't it? That's a real stinker when you hear the owner of a group say, I will not go against my judges and put a belt on somebody. Ooh. Can all these owners say that? No, because sadly, history repeats itself so much with the same individuals. Okay? You go look at some of the product out there today, and just like I said, you compare WWE to AEW, and at this point in time, I want to tell you like this. Let me quote the great Bobby Heenan. That's like comparing horse manure to a wonderful bowl of ice cream. And the horse manure is the WWE. Sorry. The bowl of ice cream right now is AEW. It's fresh, it's cool, it's interesting, it's wonderful to, you know, enjoy. Sorry, guys. People may not like my opinion on that, but you got Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. Hangman Page, all these people, the Young Bucks, like them or not, they're still fucking good. Mark Briscoe fighting hardcore matches and fucking kicking ass. So now, let's flip the script. Remember, we're comparing. Then we go to PPF. When you have some of the hardest fighting champions in the industry. Double A Aladonis, the greatest junior heavyweight champion in PPF history. Like it or like it, it's true. Brett Jacobs, the Rising Suns, the Malices, the Gunslingers, the Big Sweets, all champions because they fucking earned it. Wasn't protected, wasn't handed to them. But let's look at other places. How believable is it that a guy who's lost everywhere else wins a major championship for a group? Want to know why? Ready. Hold on. Here we go. He's an underdog. I said he's an underdog. Yeah. That's why he won the title. They wanted to prove that he could be a champion. But then that champion comes and faces me and gets beat. Then he goes somewhere else and gets beat. And he gets beat in all these major title storylines. Want to know why? He's not a champion. Sorry. And then you got, guys out here that are creating championships and not have enough people in the roster to fill that spot. Why? Why would you have 3 or 4 championships and you got 9 promo artists active, actually promoing? I'm lost. How can you do that? I don't know. Oh, that's right, because you have now bought into, I'm going to get this guy to help me run my group and give me advice, and he storylines, so you will start storylining. That's exactly what's going to happen. I could give you guys some spoilers. Are you ready? Here we go. APF, first place. Rig will be the APF World Champion. Rika will win the new belt. And I can't remember what the fucking belt was called now. It's been so long since I've been over it. He will win that belt too. Okay? Mark my words. Write it down. On this date I said that. HSP will go there. They will continue to let Rig, Heathen, and Johnny Blaze dominate because they want a faction to hold all the titles. I wonder where they got that from. You're fucking welcome. But here's the difference between them and us. PPF's faction that's holding all the titles. Other than the Resolute, which is currently up for grabs, folks. Make sure you tune in to the Little Sweet Memorial. We'll go crown a new champion. Currently holding all the titles, have earned them. And here's how I can prove it. Not just PPF. Promo Entertainment Network. Voice of Honor. Guess who all the champions are? Uh-oh. Could it be that we're protected in multiple groups that I don't own? Holy shit. Damn, that kind of sucks, don't it? That kicks you in the balls, don't it? Sorry. Truth is truth. So you go back to the comparison now. Seth Rollins will win the World Heavyweight title. I'm telling everybody that. Then they're going to have Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker win titles too. Because you got to have a dominated faction. Wonder where they're getting that from. Anyway, that's why an owner works. They see something that works and they jump on it and they do it, okay? So they've seen the HHE dominate for all these years. And folks, it's not days, it's not months, it's been years. We have dominated the promo realm. So now they need groups to do the same. But if you would bring that said group and face us in a neutral place with fair judging, did I say fair judging? Sorry. But in fair judging, that group will get demolished. People cried forever they wanted a war game with us in Penn. We were ready to go. But then they had to go search the whole promo realm because nobody in Penn could join the team and be a believable force to go against us. Just being real with you guys. Okay? Same way with WWE versus AEW right now. AEW has one hell of a great talent pool. Everybody's like, he's spending all this money. This talent's not doing this, it's not doing that. Look at it now. Look at how it's stepping up and starting to be very, very tough to compete with. Sorry, trips, you may want to call Vince. I mean, I know he's probably busy shitting on some girl's face, but tell him to wipe his ass, jump on the phone with you, and give you some ideas. Because your writing on SmackDown is fucking shit. It's horrible. Your writing on Raw has gotten so predictable, everybody knows what's going to happen. Okay? They already know that, John Cena is going to get beat in December by Cody Rhodes in his last match. Cody Rhodes is going to regain the title. We've already started that story now. Jey Uso is going to be the champion as long as his merchandise sells. Uh-oh, did I say that? It's true. As long as everybody keeps eating and buying, he will be the champion because that's how they make their money. All right? Now, over in the promo realm, ready? Certain people will stay champions because that's how they draw interest. That's how they get people to come to the group. That's how they get people to come in and try to beat said champions. All right? Same way with me in Voice of Honor. I'm the king of promos. How many people have come over there and said they're going to beat me? That they're going to take a title I didn't earn or I don't deserve? I beat Dante fair and square. Then I beat Rig fair and square. That's 2. Who's next? It don't matter where you come from, what realm it is, I will beat you because I'm that invested into my product. Some people are not. Some people say I'm here to be, a big part of PPF, but you don't see them on screen, but you see them everywhere else promo, and it happens everywhere. Okay, you want to know why? Here's why. Because those people know in those groups they constantly hype in, and that's what gets the owner's PP heart. Oh, he's on screen every day. Oh, that's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. Get my views up. Get my likes up. That's what they do. So then they put the belt on you. And I said, put the belt on you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm still one big advocate in saying that I don't think the man lost his title. But it is what it is. Not my group, not my judges, not my bullshit. Not my monkey, not my circus. Well, that's all I got to say. Oh, the coffee's still so good. And still hot, kind of like me. But, my biggest takeaway today in comparing promo realm to the wrestling realm, you watch how Triple H moves things around to make himself happy, and they've always got to have some kind of strong faction. Okay. Promo realm. There's always been a strong faction called the HHE, but now other group owners are starting to create factions. Okay, factions, because they need them to be great. I'm sorry, man. There's only been, in my opinion, 2 dominant factions in the industry today. And 8 years ago, it was the Money Mafia. We held every major title in BTB. We dominated BTB until they had to pull them off of us because people were like, we're never going to beat them. So then we started doing a little bit of a kayfabe. And then the Heavy Hitters Enterprise was created, which does not have a leader. For all the morons out there that's saying I'm the leader. We are a group of individuals that work for the same purpose and the same goals, but we are individuals. Remember that, assholes. I know it's tough for some of you to believe. And the last thing I want to touch on today, if I am, let me pick somebody, me and Double A, let's say we're a tag team, okay? And Double A goes away for 5-6 months. Sick, injury, work, real life, something. And I'm tagging with somebody, and we're doing really well. And Double A comes back. I love Double A, and I would tag with Double A in an instant. But my priority now goes with my new tag team partner. And I think the honor in that shows your integrity, and it shows your real who you are. Okay? So for me, if that's being done to you, it's wrong. If that's happening to you, it's wrong. Loyalty is a big word for me. Loyalty and trust. That's why the HHE is my family. Because I trust every one of them guys with my life. I trust every one of them guys with my mental capacity. I trust every one of them guys to tell me the truth when I need to hear it. Sorry. You may not like what I'm about to say, but there's guys out there that need to call their friends and tell their friends that if you want to roll, motherfucker, roll. Because you don't need them anyway. That's just my outtake on that whole situation. Because feelings get hurt, and great people, kind people with big hearts get stabbed in the back, and it makes an angry person. I'm not angry, boys. I will forever be the guy. No. You keep him. He's yours for life. He chose you. Yeah, you guys, Sixes Inc. will always be Sixes Inc. And I tagged with that guy. We won those tag belts right there and pinned together. So I've had him as a tag team partner. You can keep him. We retired those tag team belts, by the way, folks, because they knew they weren't going to happen. So all these people out there, stop using the word protected. Be honest with yourself. You're just not good enough to beat certain people. Okay? Get over yourselves, just like WWE needs to get over themselves and be honest. No matter how many deals they sign with AAA, I got to give this secret too, because I wanted to do this morning. Hey guys, in case you don't know, TNA is just WWE. Whoops! Did I say that? It's true. And if you dumbass marks out there think that TNA is its own brand, you're fucking dumb as shit. Trick Williams is their champion. Fucking come on. The bootleg Booker T who has no talent, that's a guy that needs to quit wrestling too. Because 1, he can't talk, 2, he can't wrestle, and 3, that guy just don't have it. You do not have it, Trick Williams. Sorry. And Booker T, fuck you. I can't stand you either, you fucking worthless fuck. You're the most biased fucking commentator. You're the most biased individual out there. And guess what? You want to call Hulk Hogan names, you need to go look in the mirror, you fucking dumb fuck. Yeah, exactly. So, if you guys didn't know, TNA is really WWE. Oops. Guess I ruined that. It's whatever. But guys, it's been fun. I've had a blast. Kind of went here and there and did this and that, and I'm sure I'll get messages in the inbox taking shots at me again. You name my group again. You're welcome. It's what I do. I like to make sure people hear my voice because this is my show. I do what I want, say what I want, don't give a fuck who likes it. That's what makes old school old school. I love everybody up on this screen here today. Thank you all for joining me. It's been a fun episode of Coffee with Old School. More to come, as long as YouTube stops being retarded. Because, well, this morning it took me 5 times to get this live to work. But I thank you guys for your support, showing up, listening. An old man rambles. And just remember, it's not about the likes, it's not about the views, it's not about the shares. It's about the love. And I love every one of you guys. And thank you for showing me love by showing up and watching the show today. And we will definitely hook up again. Tonight, as usual, I'll be on the group chat. We'll have a nice long conversation. So, with that being said, love, hug, kiss your loved ones tomorrow is not guaranteed, folks. We are not guaranteed to wake up on the right side of the dirt every time. So, God bless you all. Love every one of you. I'm out of here. I'm going to go enjoy another cup of coffee, hang out with these dumb dogs. Peace out, gentlemen.